saw three different theorems. Now we are here to learn about one of the important theorem as per NCERT, CBSE, and most of the state boards are having this particular theorem, that is Pythagoras theorem. But before starting this Pythagoras theorem, I would like to just to discuss few things with you people to know. We know that suppose here we have a triangle A, B and C. It's a right angle triangle. All of us know that it is a right angle triangle. And suppose this angle, as we know that 90 degree. Suppose this angle is 55 degree and this angle is 45 degree. Sorry, 35 degree. Okay? And we have another right angle triangle in this way, and its name, let it be X, Y, Z. And as it is also a right angle triangle, here it is 90 degree, and let this angle be 35 degree and this angle be 55 degree. Okay? So for these two, we should have to discuss about the corresponding sides of these two triangles. So we can say side AB corresponds to side XY. Why is it so? Because this AB is between the angle 55 and 90. So based on that, you have to see which side of this XYZ triangle is between those two angles. So 55 and 90, the side is XY. So AB is XY, or we can say here from YX. So AB corresponds to YX. Same like that, if I will talk about the side AC. Side AC corresponds to YZ. AC is the hypotenuse, and here YZ is the hypotenuse. So hypotenuse corresponds to hypotenuse. So that AC corresponds to YZ. Or side AC is corresponding to side YZ. Same like that, if we talk about the other one, side BC. So BC of triangle ABC is corresponds to which side? Z. So why I am doing or saying this before starting the theorem? The reason behind it, because the same concept we are also going to use when we are understanding this particular theorem. Okay? After the corresponding structure. Okay, after this particular concept of corresponding sides, now we'll start with this theorem. It is saying that first you go through the statement, and there is always a question coming in the exam like state and prove Pythagoras theorem. So for that you should have to learn this statement also. It is saying that in a right triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of other two sides. Or this can also be said as in a right angle triangle, the square on the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares on other two sides. The same thing, only this few differences in the words. Okay, anyhow, as per the statement, it is talking about a right angle triangle. So first of all, we need to draw a right angle triangle, but just see this here. You need to draw a triangle like this, where you try to keep this angle as a right angle. And now you can name the triangle as A, B, C, where this is the right angle. Okay? So based on this, we will write the data. It is saying that in triangle ABC, angle B is equal to 90 degree. This is the data. Then we have to see that to prove part. So we can say to prove. what we have to prove? It is saying us that in a right angle triangle, the square on the hypotenuse or the square of the hypotenuse, which is the hypotenuse?
AC.
AC is the hypotenuse, or you have to remember that the side opposite to 90 degree is the hypotenuse. So AC is the hypotenuse. So square of this AC, that means AC square, is equal to the sum of the squares of other two sides. The other two sides are AB and
BC.
I'm just going to write it. We have to prove that the square of sum of the square of these two sides, it means AB square
plus BC square
BC square
is equal to AC square.
So this one we want to prove as per the condition mentioned above. But to prove this, we have to do a small construction. So we have to go for the construction part now. Construction. What to construct here, we have to see that we have to draw a perpendicular line from the point B to this AC. So we can draw a perpendicular line here. Let this be BD and this BD is perpendicular to AC. So we have to write here BD perpendicular to AC has been drawn. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So after this we have to go for the proving part. Okay, now we are going for our proving part. As I told in the previous theorems that always divide your proving part into two columns, one for statement, another one for reason. So as I have mentioned earlier, same like that, we have to split into two columns, statement and reason. Here I have prepared because to continue, here no place is there, so I have done it here. If required, we will use this one. Now we have, if you observe here, we have a triangle ABC which was given triangle. In that triangle, angle B was 90 degree, and after drawing this perpendicular line, we have divided into two right angle triangles. One is triangle ADB and another one is BDC. Okay, so we are going to compare the triangles in this way. We can say first, in triangle ABC, the given triangle or the original triangle, and triangle ADB. Triangle ABC and triangle ADB. You can also take it as BDA, but why I have taken it ADB? Because it will help you to take the corresponding sides. So now we are seeing that angle, we are comparing triangle ABC and triangle. You just see this here, our original triangle ABC, and we are going to compare it with triangle ADB. Okay, we are going to compare with this triangle. So when we are comparing, we are seeing that angle ABC of the original triangle is equal to angle ADB of this smaller triangle. Angle ADB, and both are 90 degree. And from where we got? We got it from data and construction. Understood?
Yes,
The next part, if you see, in this original triangle ABC, this angle A is present, and also in this triangle ADB, the same angle A is present. That means I can write here angle A is equal to angle A of both angle A of ABC is equal to angle A of ADB. That is, we have to mention here common angle. And in AA criterion theorem, we know that if two angles of one triangle, if two angles of one triangle are equal to two angles of another triangle, then automatically we can say the third angle will also be equal, and the triangles are said to be similar. So we have to mention here, as these two angles are equal, automatically third angle will also be equal. No need of writing that. We can say now triangle ABC is similar to triangle ADB. This is based on because they are equilateral.
Angular triangle.
Angular triangles. Both the triangles are
Equiangular.
equiangular. Got it? Understood all of you? So if the triangles are similar, we know that in a similar triangles the ratios of the corresponding sides are equal. So based on that, we have to take the ratios of the any two corresponding sides. So we have to take from this triangle ABC, this AB is corresponds to AD. Then there is a trick for the average learner students or slow learner students. I can say you here, you have to remember this trick. If you observe this bigger triangle ABC, you have in this triangle one shorter side, one longer side, and this is the hypotenuse. So always, and when you are comparing with this triangle, your shorter side of this bigger triangle ABC is corresponds to the shorter side of this smaller triangle. Or you can take in this order also. When you have taken ABC and ADB, you remember that in AB corresponds to AD, BC corresponds to DB, and AB or BA corresponds to, AC hypotenuse corresponds to AB. In that way you have to go. So we have to take triangle ABC corresponds to, similar to ADB. Corresponding sides ratio we have to take here. So I can take AB by AD. AB by AD is equal to, now I have to take the hypotenuse AC. In bigger triangle AC is the hypotenuse. In this triangle which is the hypotenuse? AB. So I have to take AC by AB. AB by AD is equal to AC by AB. So what based on what? AA similarity criterion or AA criterion just criterion. Okay? If you see this here, if you simplify, AB and AB will be multiplied. It became AB square is equal to AC into AD. Or AD into AC also you cannot, better to write AC into AD. AC into AD. Did you get this? And this one you have to consider as equation 1. Now we are going to compare the same triangle ABC with the other triangle that formed here BDCC. So for this I am going to compare bigger triangle ABC with this red colored triangle BDC. Okay? So now I have to mention in triangle ABC and triangle BDC. If you will observe here properly, as I told in the previous one, angle ABC is 90 degree and angle BDC is also 90 degree. So I can say here angle ABC is equal to angle BDC is equal to 90 degree. Same as the previous one, we got this from the data and construction. So we have to mention data and construction. Okay? And if you observe both the triangles, our original triangle ABC and this smaller triangle BDC, if you see, both the triangles are having this angle C. In triangle ABC, this angle C is present. In triangle BDC, the same angle C is present. So we can say here angle C is equal to angle C, that is the common angle between both the triangles. And as I told here, if two angles of one triangle are equal to two angles of another triangle, automatically the third angle will also be equal and both the triangles are said to be similar. So because of that we can say now triangle ABC is similar to triangle BDC. This is based on, because they are
equiangular triangles.
Yes, equiangular triangles. And as they are equiangular and they are similar, the ratios of the corresponding sides are equal. based on that, I am going to take, for this triangle ABC, I am going to take this longer side BC. So this BC is corresponds to, in this triangle, this is the shorter side, this is the longer side. I have to take DC. So BC by BC is equal to, again in this bigger triangle I am going to take the hypotenuse AC. So I have to take AC. Hypotenuse should be corresponds to the hypotenuse of this triangle. So hypotenuse is this triangle is BC. So BC by DC is equal to AC by BC. And now if we multiply this, we will get BC into BC as BC square, that is equal to AC into DC. And here, sorry, I forgot, here we have to mention the reason, that is AA criterion. Criterion. And then here whatever we got, this is our equation 2. Is that clear? Now we are going to add our equation 1 and equation 2. So we have to mention here, by adding equation 1 and 2. Remember that when you are adding these types of things, you have to remember one thing: the left side to be added on the left hand side and the right hand side to be added with the right hand side, so that we have to mention AB square plus BC square. Both the left hand to be added together. So I can mention here AB square plus BC square is equal to, here AC into AD, AC into AD plus AC into DC, AC into DC. Again, if you want to continue here, you are getting same AB square plus BC square. Are you getting anything common in between these two?
Yes,
Yes, of course AC is common. So we have to mention here AC into AD plus DC, remaining AD plus DC. And again, if you see this here, AB square plus BC square is equal to, this is AC as it is, into AD plus DC. You look at your figure, AD, this part, and DC, this part. If you add these two, it became AC. So AD plus DC is became again AC, and finally we got AB square plus BC square is equal to AC into AC is
AC square.
So we got AC square, and here we have to mention hence
proved.
Hope all of you have understood this. It is very important one, and please you have to learn the statement given in the beginning, because statement sometimes carries 1 mark for your exam. Thank you very much.